Hellfire Creative Podcast. I'm Andy Baz.
And I'm Ben Mills.
This is episode 3 with Save Our Souls Clothing.
They are based in Southend on Sea and the SOS, and that is the same thing. We talk about Instagram, marketing, and starting a business with your friend.
Enjoy.
We can boost levels later.
Yeah.
Going death metal. All right. Do you want to introduce it?
I'll go gangster.
You're going to go gangster?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll just roll into it.
Sorry. I did say it's not going to be serious. You're not going to get... When you see things questions, like, don't make them hard, because it's not going to be...
There's only 5 questions, but I think
Oh, fuck, mate.
we'll let you roll with it. Go on.
No worries. So, welcome to the episode. Our guests today are Stacey and Mark from Save Our Souls Clothing. So, welcome, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for having us, boys.
No
Cheers.
problem.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
I think this is probably the 3rd episode.
Only number 3.
Number 3.
I feel like we should have listened to one before we
I
come
did.
on.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it like?
It's very good.
Oh, cool.
It's ignorant to not go on something and...
Well, like we didn't listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
But you're not on our podcast, that's fine.
That's true, yeah.
We like to not... So we'll not listen. They come with the element of surprise. It's great.
Oh, good.
And they think, what is this shit? Are we allowed to swear on this? I just realised.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
fine,
it's
good.
No worries.
Try and drop a C-bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the C word,
Yeah, probably not.
yeah. You can say coronavirus, but you
Yeah.
can't say...
What about nods?
No, don't say
No, okay. I don't do that either.
I'm sure people, if they're listening to this and they don't know who you are, there's probably more chance of them listening to this and already knowing who you are than listening to this and not knowing.
Well, if that's the case, then there wouldn't be no surprises.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Fine.
It's good to be appreciated in your own lifetime.
Yeah.
It's good, you know. I want to be remembered.
It'd be nice to. I mean, people. I always say when they do our show, I love calling it our show. I feel famous. Like, do you want to come on our show? I feel like Jeremy Kyle.
Not many people do.
No.
Anyway, sorry. Sorry.
Force of habit, I guess.
Yeah, you should introduce yourselves then to the people who don't know who you are.
Go on.
I'm Mark. I am a co-owner of Save Our Souls Clothing.
I'm Stace. I'm the other one. The looks of it all. Basically, we make clothing that's inspired by tattoo designs and
Alternative
alternative
lifestyle.
music, culture, and stuff like that, really. Yeah. I mean, we're not great sales. We've done sales for 20 years, and that's probably the worst pitch I've ever done.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
But yeah. That's it.
But people seem to buy our stuff, so
nice.
we're doing something right.
Yeah.
We're doing something right.
So what is So Save Our Souls. What was the inspiration behind starting it?
So we both worked in the city for all of our working life, and we both kind of got made redundant around about the same time. And after about a year of not working,
Yeah.
Stacey was like, "Oh, I fancy doing this t-shirt thing." I was like, "What do you want to do with me? Because you know about business."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
Basically, we had to do something because it was getting to the point where we kind of had to think about going back to work, and that just felt terrible.
And that was the bottom line.
Yeah.
We wanted to find something that we could do, make a living out of, and avoid having to go back to our old corporate lives
With targets.
with
And
targets
stuff.
and bosses and all that shit. And it took a while. Like, it's been a struggle, to be fair, for a good few years. And now, you know, we can call it a proper job now, I guess.
I know, it's horrible.
I know.
I know. Now we've got targets.
Now it's really hard. We have targets.
we've set ourselves targets. Like,
Do you not make yourselves redundant again?
Yeah.
tried that. No, apparently we can't do it.
Yeah, it turns out we're really, really tight. We don't pay out
we
good
don't pay
pay.
enough.
We don't pay enough.
But we started thinking but we did literally, when we were thinking about doing it, it was like, right, that's probably my phone or something. It was 2 things what we wanted to do. We either basically make T-shirts, because we spend a lot of money on T-shirts, or we make rum. We spend a lot of money on rum, and we realised we didn't know how to make rum.
Yeah.
But printing T-shirts is pretty easy,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah.
So we decided to do that. That was that, really.
And it was, I suppose we had an interest anyway. You know, we're both kind of like that, you know, the alternative culture. And we've got a lot of friends, artist friends, tattooists, who we knew we could lean on to kind of help us kind of get going for designs and stuff. And the rest of it was really just, you know, sourcing the right products to the quality. And we went from there, really. And then slowly but surely, just kind of, it kicked off. To be fair, the whole furlough, you know, this pandemic thing.
The world in which we live.
When the world
that
stopped,
small little thing.
Yeah.
When the world stopped, online sales went fucking mad. and that really took us to a different level.
That is a horrible thing. We're aware of how horrible that sounds
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Because when everyone said, we're aware so many people have suffered, but we've had it right off.
It's been
And pretty much everyone who works in online sales has, which is a genuinely horrible thing to think about.
But we was established enough by that point to really grow. When other people who might have started in the pandemic would have struggled because you haven't got the following. But because we already had that base,
You've done the groundwork.
Yeah,
done the groundwork,
yeah.
And it shut off, and that allowed us to really invest into it properly and really grow it to
You're
where
not
it
the
is
only
now.
company the only people. You're not the first people on the podcast of the 3 episodes that have said that the pandemic actually helped them.
Oh yeah, for sure,
yeah.
for sure, definitely. I mean, it's horrible to say a lot of our friends who are like tattoo artists, self-employed, and barbers and stuff like that. They've been on their asses, obviously. But yeah, we've just been able just to grow and move into new premises and take on staff and stuff like that. So it's been great in that way.
We've been exceptionally lucky.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, what's going on in the world and how people have suffered, and I don't want to say we've gained from it because that sounds really
that sounds really bad.
That sounds really bad.
That sounds really coronavirus.
Yeah, it's just kind of launched us to a new platform, and now we're kind of moving on to the next level, I suppose, in promoting
In
the
our
brand.
journey.
In our
journey. Oh,
brand's journey.
The brand's journey. Tell us about your brand's
Yeah, you
dream.
guys sound really corporate now.
Oh, no.
Brand journey.
Brand Germany. Oh, Brand Germany? When had one beer.
that private banking coming back out.
Oh, don't, mate. Don't.
I hate myself.
Yeah, so that's basically long and short of it, yeah. That's it. And then we decided to do our podcast because we were like talking a lot of drunken nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
Really. So that's
Yeah,
it.
well, we got introduced to because we first started when we first started, we started sponsoring Off the Beaten Track because we knew Stu from the Brush,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, come on
Yeah.
Off the Beaten Track." We've done that. I was like, this is pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
we've done Hardcore Listenings.
Listing.
Is it list?
The hardcore listing. I've only done it. He's only done it twice and he's one of our
I
good
thought it
mates.
was listings. I don't know.
Sorry, Stu. Hardcore
He
listing.
won't listen.
He won't listen.
No.
I mean, he don't listen to us, so, you know. But yeah. And we needed an excuse to get drunk, basically, because we see each other all the time. You don't actually talk and have a drink. And we were like, I need an excuse to get drunk. And
it was like,
yeah.
it was like actually, we're like been best mates for like
30
forever.
years, yeah.
And I was like, now we're working together. I don't really like you.
No.
So maybe we should do something fun.
Yeah.
I might like you again.
That's why we do this podcast.
Yeah, so, yeah.
We realise now we work together.
It's only been 2 months, boys, you said.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's been a long time.
That's a rocky road. It's only been 2 months.
Anyway, so
We already got a podcast.
yeah. That's it, be on TV next week. Do you know what I mean?
It's basically therapy. Podcast.
That's what it was. Really.
Yeah.
I'm not miserable anymore, apparently.
Well, it just fuels my desire for alcohol. Really.
Yeah. It's a very drunken podcast.
Yeah. Remember, we tried doing one sober once, and we got about 10 minutes in and went, nah, this ain't working.
Nah,
Scrap it.
Scrap it off. That's that, basically. Anyway,
Do you get many guests on it, or just keep it between yourselves? Or
the
mix it up?
idea was, because it's called Misery Loves Company, it was meant to be sort of us and Pal or someone, creative, and we just have a drink and have a laugh. I describe it as a really shit version of Room 101. That's because you have something to come up, you're meant to moan about something, and you have it can be anything, just really see it, and we just have a drink. But we never finish the point because we're absolutely battered before we start, and we start talking about something, then we go, and
it's
it's
gone
like a proper
right off
butterfly thing, you just bounce about everyone. And like it's terrible, really.
Definitely
it's terrible
gone off piece. Like I can't remember the last time we actually spoke about something that we're meant to.
Yeah,
I've tried a few times and everyone just bats me down.
Yeah.
Starts talking shit again.
yeah.
Anyway, it's funny.
Anyway,
it's funny.
But it is. But yeah, we did have people planning to come on. Then obviously COVID hit, and a lot of people went into doing sort of Zoom podcasts and stuff like that, which is great. But I can't really stand it, to be honest. And for how we want to do it, it's just having sitting with your pals and having a chat and a drink.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work for Zoom. So hopefully now things are opening up again.
Well, to be fair, we've had a handful of guests.
Had a handful of people on. It's been good fun. Yeah, it's been
We had
good.
Jade Adams. She's famous. And
We had
all. Rich Wilson.
Rich on. Then we had Marcus. Berman.
Marcus Berman.
We had Marcus
Yeah.
Berman on.
He
Yeah.
spends most of his time in here.
Yes. Yeah. He's really, really good lad. Really good lad. Filthy sense of humour. I mean, he's surprising for such
Terrible stand-up.
Yeah.
Oh, horrendous.
Rubbish. Nothing funny. Never said anything funny.
I didn't say that, Marcus. I think you're very talented. But no, it's been good fun. Yeah, it's been all right. So we're meant to start recording again tonight, but
I'm too hungover.
Too
So ain't
hungover.
happening. Yeah.
So you hear-
yes, before, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. the calibre of guests you're getting. Too hungover. But you had
I
questions.
feel like you could do better.
Yeah, I do feel like you do. And they're like, this
We're
is
starting
bad.
low. In the
Yeah.
And you definitely got a better setup than us. For sure.
Yeah.
And doing it for only 3 of them.
But they do know about media. We know nothing.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
that's probably
but this is makeshift from my office, so
Fair
just
enough.
put some cameras on you.
So you stole this from your job in London, basically.
No, this is sort of,
Shh, there's still a lawsuit.
it was always my job.
There's still an ongoing case.
Siphoned it off.
Do you know what I mean?
Time.
Oh, mate.
All that stuff going.
Yeah.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
That PS5's gone.
I haven't got PS5.
Tell us about the name then.
Oh, you can fill this one because you named it.
So, well, in hindsight, I would have. If I'd realised how big it was going to get, we wouldn't have named
it.
Because it's a hard. Like from a logo perspective, it doesn't work.
There's too many letters.
And also,
It sounds like shave arseholes.
it sounds like shave ourselves.
It's all in all, it was a wildly poor decision.
But what happened was they said, "I've got a name."
Yeah,
He was like, "Oh, dead
Days always to call
Dead
it.
Days," and I was like, "No, that's shit."
It was shit. I was
So
like,
I was like, there's a place on the Broadway. It's called, you will know it. What's it called?
Loz
June
Donuts.
Store.
Oh, June Store.
Yeah, yeah.
And Loz Donuts. I was like, NOS, I like that. That's cool. And then I was like, oh, SOS, and I was like, I wonder what that stands for. Didn't know that. So then I googled it. I was like, Save Our Souls, SOS, Southend on Sea. That works. And
Yeah.
we were like, yep, that'll do.
That'd do. That domain's available.
Yeah.
That'd do. I'd like to say something a bit more profound than
I really
that.
wish we'd thought about it more because it is a terrible name.
Loads of people
When it
say
comes to a
that.
logo, like from a logo perspective and from a Google perspective or a trademark perspective, it's terrible.
Yeah, we can't trademark it.
No.
We can't do anything. So if anyone wants to nick our name, you can do. We can't do anything. Please do. We'll rename ourselves.
Yeah. But most people would, and although we brand it as Save Our Souls Clothing, most people would just, anyone will hashtag us or mention it just says SOS Clothing, which is kind of easier and better.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of bands say that as well, that they wish they hadn't named themselves that. Like their name. Like, it's a crap name, but it's just stuck.
Well, I suppose unless you're into marketing and know what you're doing, you wouldn't even at the time didn't think twice about how it may look on a logo or how it may be on a for trademarking and stuff. And like that sounds pretty cool.
It does sound cool. I think
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
SOS is cool as well, sure.
Yeah.
Well, that comes back to we genuinely didn't expect it to actually be anything. We thought we'd do it for a year.
We
and
thought we
then,
might be able to nick a bit of pocket money out of it, and
then we'd outsource it and go and get a proper job again, and then not have to think about it really.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
well, I went back to work for 3 months.
You did go back to it, yeah. You did jog on for a
It was
bit.
3 months of my life.
I was like, right, I've quit my job. I'm going all in. Are you with me? I'm going balls deep. When yes, I'm in. So I'll quit my job. 2 days later, I've had to get a new job.
I ran out of money, man. I'd worked for 2 years. I'd run out of cash. So
Yeah.
I went back for like just enough time to kind of replenish the bank account. And I'm 3 months in Shoreditch, and it was the worst 3 months of my life.
That's Shoreditch, though, isn't it?
But they do
It's
a good
got
bit-
way worse.
They do a good bit of Thai food. Other than that,
The food is brilliant.
yeah,
The people are the worst.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, that's your Shoreditch listeners. It's gone. You know what I mean? Now, yeah.
There's no work
Because they
there.
are really going to listen to us. I've worked there on and off since I was 16, so like 20 years, and just watching it go from really cool area
Yeah.
to expensive shit.
I used to go to Shoreditch 20 years ago, and it was amazing. And I'd never really been back I'd already been back there for 10 years, so I started working there. I was like, what the fuck has happened? I was like, the food got good, though.
Yeah,
the food got good.
Really good. I can't fault the food in the slightest. Everything there is great. But yeah, the area is definitely... It's
Yeah.
not taking a turn for the worse, it's taking a turn for the really, really good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the same feel anymore.
No. Yeah. We'll just stick around South
But you're
End.
Southend SOS, not Shoreditch on...
No, Shoreditch on
Shoreditch
shit.
on
Shirts.
Shoreditch on shirts. That should be... You can change it to that.
Shoreditch on shirts. Shoreditch on shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
I was trying to get vegan twats in there somewhere. I couldn't work it out. You're not vegans, are you?
No, but we are a vegan-friendly company. And we do promote ourselves as a really heavy, like pro-vegan, and you just like insulting.
No, I just like.
And you made a promise you wouldn't do that again.
I did promise I wouldn't do that again.
I'm sure it was just, for the regular fans,
No, he
Yeah.
hates vegans. He hates vegans.
I just Josh.
It's an irrational
I
hatred. of
just
vegans.
Josh. Just like me, all right?
All right, fair enough. Anyway, we digress. What was the next question?
So that was the name.
Yeah.
I get, yeah. So inspiration and collaboration. What's that? Where does that happen? Like, is it just you see someone's work you like, or
Don't nick anything. How dare you?
Obviously you don't know.
How dare
So
you?
I said inspiration
No.
and collaboration.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're lucky. We're lucky. I mean, as I said, we know quite a few people who are like really good tattoo artists anyway, so they helped us out. Like the girls from Good Ship 13 in Hadley, that we leaned on them quite a bit at the beginning. They helped launch everything.
Yeah, that's and up until not until only recently, but they did for years. Kind of give us a constant flow of designs, and we would just really kind of give them some ideas of the kind of things we like.
Some reference
like you would
and
do
stuff.
when you go, when you see, I want this toe, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to be, but I like that, and I like that, and I
Yeah.
like this. And they would just kind of put something together
Yeah.
for us, and they've always been awesome, to be fair.
They have, and we got to know weirdly through like Instagram, so we got to know like quite a few really talented artists in the Far East and stuff like that. So we speak to them quite a bit
Yeah.
about stuff.
And they're double cheap.
I was about to say that.
Just because Mark is the finance director of the company, so for him that's like the sweet spot. He's like, oh, they're much cheaper.
I like the boys over in Indonesia.
Yeah, they do.
That's my
I
jam.
follow a lot of Indonesian artists, and they are absolutely.
They're amazing.
Oh, insane.
They're insanely good.
Email me for commission.
Yeah, like, yeah, right, yeah.
And commission like a whole portfolio of work, and
Yeah.
say it's mine.
It's ridiculous. They are so good. They're so talented, and it's wild. I mean, it's at least probably 6 times cheaper than what it is for a UK artist, which is just the way it is.
You get some. We have approached some tattoo artists that we don't know personally. We just really love their work, and asked the question like, would you be willing to do I want to say the word, but collaboration. I don't think we ever said that. We just said, can you?
You have to do a bit of work.
You have to do a bit of work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they price you out the same way they will price a tattoo. I said, but I just want to draw it. You
Yeah.
a tattoo on me.
Yeah.
And they wanted, thousands.
It's just like,
I
wow.
was like, well, it's a bit strong.
Yeah, so to buy that and then how many t-shirts you need to sell back.
That's what I would charge. I'd charge £500 for that as a tattoo.
Yeah.
And then they're like, so I'm going to give you the drawing, and then you're going to sell it. How much you're going to make? And it becomes far too expensive.
Yeah.
Some artists have actually we've approached, and they've gone, it's just chuck me a couple of teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, just it's nice because then they say it's nice that it's been put on something, and their name because we always credit.
Well, they
people.
use it to promote themselves,
Yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
kind of a two-way street, I guess. But yeah, inspiration really is for me anyway. We both kind of come up with ideas, and then we go, right, who would be good for that? Who should we give that to? This idea to.
We've changed quite a bit though in the style we do, haven't we? Really, because
We've had to.
tattoo style is our bread and butter, but that's what we wanted to do. But it's become a bit sort of almost cliche now. Everyone kind of does it, and
We have to think of new concepts and not move away from that, but just do something different because there are competitors in our space.
You want to keep it fresh.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm more, I've never, even though I like what we do, obviously, but I've always been more into sort of like the pop art style thing and sort of collage style stuff and like old school horror movie posters, that sort of stuff. So that's kind of the route that I've got literally hard drives full of ideas, but it's just time.
Yeah.
It's just time actually getting it all together.
It's quite if you anyone that would know us and knows what we do, they'd be able to say, oh yeah, that was Mark's idea or that was Stacey's idea because they're quite
Wildly
vastly different. And a lot of Stacey's stuff, I'm like, oh god, I fucking hate that. Not that it's not bad, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And then he convinced me, I'm telling you, mate, I'm telling you how to sell. And I'm like, all right, let's give it a go. And then it fucking always sells. I'm like, I'm glad it's selling, but I'm also hate it. So.
Yeah. And that's why I'm in the job role that I'm in our company. So there you go.
But I mean, we've done some designs, and ones that I've really loved have totally bombed.
Yeah.
Like literally never sold one.
That's only been one. We won't say which one it is because it's done by a friend of ours. But we loved it.
Yeah.
And we literally never sold a single thing.
No.
Never sold a single thing. It's
I've had
mental.
that with band merch before where you've got,
Yeah.
this is the best t-shirt design
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
This is going to sell loads. And you go,
Yeah.
no. We did a Cobra Kai copy when they'd released the Netflix thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they changed it to like Eat Dirt instead of Cobra Kai. And I was like, probably not going to sell any because it's like, it's well niche. It's a big print and it sold out and we got a cease and desist from Sony.
Look, if you're not getting sued, you ain't doing that.
Wow.
We've been friend a good
wasted our money.
4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
4 or
but we've
5 times.
every time we've been, and we've got
And they eventually just go away.
Oh, go away, yeah. It's like a lot of them try their arm. Like you do get, because we do obviously borrow bits from certain things. You think that might be a bit cheeky, you know, for like a movie reference or something like that. And like so, then they go, oh, you know, and you're like, what you really gonna do, really?
You
Do you know
can
what
just
I mean?
sell out of shirts, then they can't do anything.
Yeah, well, they can go for previous earnings and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a bit of a minefield.
Yeah.
You don't want to go down that route, kids. It's they can see it. So we tried it. They can see it all. Yeah, that was a fun month.
Yeah.
What was the design?
It weren't. You know, it wasn't even something for SOS. It was something we done literally about 3 years ago.
We had a little eBay thing when we first started,
Yeah.
just for money, because we needed to keep the money coming in. We were doing some
It wasn't
eBay
even.
stuff.
It wasn't even a design we sold. It's I took part of a font of a character for something and used it as a logo,
All right.
and that was it. And then they on us like that, and they wanted basically.
It was some gaming company.
That I didn't. It took me ages to figure out who it was, and then they wanted like 20% of all of our previous earnings, and I was like, no, go away. Do you know what I mean?
Well, at the time, no. What they wanted was they said they wanted a year's licensing fee, which
that was it.
which was £3,000 and something pounds. And I was like, plus 20% of earnings or whatever. I said, well, we sold one of them t-shirts.
Yeah.
And we've only been up on eBay for a month, so I worked out when it's £162. And they just kept on refusing it, and then in the end I got so well, I went, you know what, fuck off. You ain't ever you don't even have, I'm taking £162 off the table. You're having nothing. and then they just kind of went away.
Yeah, I think I got bored. Yeah. That's it.
Anyway.
So yeah, we're coming across as really sort of honest and hardworking.
Yeah, to be fair, one thing we did do, because we don't want to rip anyone off, that was a genuine mistake, and we actually said to them, do you know what?
Yeah, hold
we
our
did
hands
do
up.
that, we held our hands up, and I'll pay you appropriately. And then they got shitty, so we bombed them off. But we did bought a design off a guy once, and we were like, oh my God, I love it. Done it, put it on a website, and immediately someone went, oh, you working with so-and-so artists?
Well,
They were
who's
like,
that?
who's that? And we looked at it, it was like, shit, that is exactly the same.
They just changed the tone, and we were like, yeah, hands up. We can't sell
well,
that.
we took
to
it
you
off
later.
straight away.
So that messaged the artist and said like, you know, didn't mean any like.
Yeah, we
you know,
bought this off so-and-so.
Yeah.
It was a
He was
genuine...
cool. He was well cool. He was like, yeah, appreciate you. You know, let me know. Do you know what I mean? So he was like,
Yeah.
that was really bad.
Yeah, but like, it's like anything, I suppose. You take inspiration from everywhere. So any design you're going to do, you're going to be nicking ideas off someone from somewhere. But that was a blatant exactly the same. Like, it was traced. But we've had the same. We've had our old designs ripped off,
man.
and someone just took Save Our Souls. It was quite a big pants company.
We can't say who it is because
Yeah,
for
it's-
legal reasons.
they
But basically, they literally took our best-selling design and didn't even do a good job of rubbing out our name. Like you could see it was done in like Microsoft Paint. You could see the square mark when they tried to colour. You know, like when you're a kid, you do that square mark, and it's not blending or anything like that. And I was like, can we have a chat about this? And they kept on deleting the comments. I was like, can we have a chat? And in the end, I literally put it on our Instagram and said like, you know, we're being ripped off by it, and they just got deluged
Hounded.
by, you know, just saying, you know, why? And then I said, here's the message that they're ignoring us, you know.
Turns
And then
out though, they bought it off. They bought it off someone not knowing. So like, well, if you just said that on the beginning, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why do you keep on ignoring us when I'm sending you this saying, can we have a chat about this?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
just trying to have a chat about
previous
Yeah.
conversation.
But everyone, it is a minefield on sort of doing online sales. It's just, as you know, you probably do other stuff and other campaigns and stuff, and you see people nicking bits of it.
It is like it's really hard when you're doing something, trying to think up something creative, and trying to think something original.
Yeah.
Because you're never gonna, because everything's been done.
Yeah.
It's just trying to just trying to get it
Yeah.
the right tone of voice. That it can get away with being the same idea.
Yeah.
Because we all say, like, someone will send me something, go, look at this, and go, right, we're doing that next time. And it's just using that style.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah. That's that. That's covered inspiration.
so inspiration is not theft.
Box
always.
ticks.
Box ticks. Let's move on to the next one.
You mentioned about the Instagram, so let's talk about that because the growth on there. I mean, you've got a hell of a lot of followers, which is
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we should have more.
How did you get to that point? And also, you've kept it real with the SOS thing. You use a lot of the Southend beach within your sort sort of
Yeah,
t-shirt
I
models.
mean
and stuff.
that's always been important to us from the start, really, without wanting to sound sort of cliche. But it has been important for us to showcase Southend and where we're from.
Where you're from.
And the models are just our pals. They're not actually.
They're not,
they're not professional
they're
models.
not models.
Yeah.
They just do us a favour, and we chuck
Yeah.
them some teas.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice.
But they do a good job. I mean, they helped us out from the very start, the very first shoot we done, and they've just stuck with us, and they're kind of part of the family now. Do you know what I mean? So it's good.
But it's done. And even if you looked at a lot of designs, you'll see elements of like there's one design in the Pampers glasses. There's
Oh,
the
yeah,
ears
yeah,
and
yeah.
glasses.
That was a good idea.
We've got
And no, only one person noticed that. Like, it's a Puma, and they've got sunglasses on, and you can see like Southend Pier in the background, but only one person noticed it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of effort went into that.
There's about 5 or 6 designs that's got a nod to Southend in it, and also they all have because they've all got SOS written on it. And that's, although it's Save Our Souls, really it's Southend on Sea. That's where the thought originally come from.
Yeah.
It just so be it. SOS also stands for Save Our Souls, apparently.
Yeah. We covered that as well. That's the first thing you said.
I know. I'm just reiterating it.
In case someone has started the podcast halfway through.
Skip through the first four a bit.
You know, earlier when I said I don't like him.
Yeah,
This is why.
This is why.
Recap.
Yeah. But no, social media. It's we probably should have more followers, I think. But the reason being, so a lot of people buy followers, which is a huge no for us because when you just remarket into no one, you know, if you're doing a sponsored campaign, you're not hitting anyone. You're just hitting 500,000 fake accounts in Bali. You know, what's the point? But you're very big in Indonesia, aren't you? On your personal Instagram.
What we've done, because when we first started, we didn't know Instagram. You wasn't even on it. I told you about it. And then we started doing it.
So what source is
I
this?
just think you can buy followers. I was like, I'll do it on my own personal one to see what it's like. So I paid like 20 quid and got her for 20,000 followers or something. So I paid me 20 quid, instantly had 20,000 followers. A week later, I had 700. They just go. And then I was going through it, and every single follower I had was from United Arab Emirates.
And have zero posts and private accounts. You know what it's like. You know,
followed at 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
So that never worked. So what we ended up doing is basically just being super active in liking posts. So I would go on and look at hashtags that are relevant to us. And just lay in bed at night to 3 in the morning, just like.
to the point where Instagram actually started limiting our account.
Limit.
It's just funny. It's like, you've liked too much stuff. It's like, well, we're happy people. We want to like things. We want to share the love.
It was the only way. That's the only way to get it.
Is to engage.
Engage and sort of like and stuff and comment people. But we make sure as well, because with a lot of companies, it is the text they put on is kind of very company, it's very corporate, and we just like to take the mick really. I had a theory for a long time that no one actually reads the captions on Instagram, so I was just writing the most absolute box. You could, and it seemed to work. I was just literally writing nonsense, and I still don't think people do read it. If I'm being honest, they just look. That's a nice picture.
The first line, don't they?
Exactly, And I would just go off on a tangent about something. It would go on for ages, and people would hit like. I'm like, you're mental. It's nothing, but it seems
nothing
to go
to
right.
like.
Yeah, it's nothing to like. I've literally just talked about cheese.
The more controversial your post is, I mean, there's a line. Obviously, you can't cross that line. But the more controversial it is, even if you're getting bad comments on it, it's just creating more comments, more likes. So we've kind of, I say Stace has most definitely taken the no fucks given approach.
I think that's just the way to do it. I think if you're too because we're on our Instagram, we're kind of a bit not edgy, but we say stuff. I think
It's your personality, though, isn't it? You've got to come across what you are.
If you are disruptive, which I hate to use that word, but that is, if you're you're different, everyone else that's doing the same thing as you, people can go, that's really funny.
Yeah.
That's really. I agree with that. Like when you post the bad comments, people send you send it back, go, this is rubbish. Posting that.
Yeah, well,
you are unreasonable, not me.
Yeah, exactly. That's we actually get a lot of good sort of press from that. But the reason why we do that is, one, it does create sort of momentum, but also I think we both, I genuinely believe that people got really comfortable with being a dickhead on social media and not expecting any comeback. They think just because you're a brand or whatever, they can literally just be a dick.
Or being a dick in not on social media, but being a dick whether you're contacting us about a purchase, or whether you're contacting BT or whoever, whoever you're speaking to, he ain't his fucking fault.
Yeah,
Why
and they deserve respect. You don't talk to them. Yeah, don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
just so that's our slogan. Anyway, don't be a dick.
So now we all call them out.
Yeah,
And when we first started doing, when we was doing this, and Stacey's quite an angry man.
you wouldn't think it, would you?
Yeah,
Get a smile on my face.
So some of the replies, sometimes I'm biting my fist, thinking, oh my god, and then now I don't give a fuck anymore. But that's
Because you're successful. That's why.
because it works, and it took me a while to realise actually, like
He knows what he's doing.
Stacey's no fucks given approach to his replies, because I don't really get involved in that, is a marketing fucking dream.
Well, it's not. The thing is you say, but it's not doing it for sale. I only do it if someone's being. I won't just be rude because we're still our purchasing. They're trying to they're giving us some money, which we are very grateful.
And if we're generally in the wrong, we'll make it right.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
every time.
It's rare we get things right. We do and make it right. But even then, like people just come at you immediately, just with like this. And when people just open up their email with swearing at me or us, just in general, I'm just like, who are you? Do you know what I mean? Don't send swearing in an email to someone, man. It just makes you look like a dick.
Yeah.
It's not good swearing.
Well, that's it, yeah.
That's fucking brilliant. I loved it.
That's what I mean,
so much.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
brilliant.
but on the flip side, we do get such funny emails and comments from like decent customers. I mean, your missus coined it the best when she said like 99.9% of your customers are amazing and you love your job and you think this is what I want to do forever. And then there's just that tiny little that makes you think, oh, I hate this job. Why am I even bothering doing it? You know what I mean? Just like, but it's not us, it's them. We know that now.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the problem with dealing with the public.
the public shouldn't be allowed to have the internet. You should have to have a test.
Yes.
I believe that. I think you should have to have a test to be able to go on.
Like a driving licence.
Yes.
You need
Like
one.
provisionally, you can go on like MySpace or something like that. If that's still a thing.
You can go on websites, you know, to comment.
Exactly. Yeah. That function's taken away, and you can't purchase anything until like you've done your theory.
You can purchase it, but you're not allowed to complain when it comes along.
But I mean, we live in an Amazon Prime generation where everyone just wants everything straight away, and we talked about it. It's loads of times. And it's like we literally get people like say, "Oh, I ordered yesterday, like 10 o'clock at night, and I haven't had a dispatch email yet." It's like, mate, it's 7 in the morning. Like, no working time has elapsed.
Yeah.
We're not 24 hours, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, then they go, I've paid extra for fast delivery. I said, yeah, we don't do
We
that.
don't do fast
That's not a
delivery.
thing.
We're like, so I'm not sure where you bought that from.
Yeah. But it wasn't us.
It wasn't us, mate.
Yeah.
We had someone the other day actually. They went, I bought from you last week, and I haven't got my stuff. Where is and all that? And I looked at it, and I was like, I don't recognise it now. I said, like, I don't recognise your name. Was it all off someone else? And they went, I've got proof they bought it from you. I was like, cool. Do you want to send it over? And then I can trace I can trace it for you. It's no problem. This is like after 11 at night. So I think, right, we've done a cock up. We need to sort this out. And then they're like, oh, sorry, it wasn't you. After really being really abusive and saying, oh, you're thieves and all that, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to put in an order now. How quick's delivery? And I was like, don't bother, mate. Don't bother ordering. I said, don't bother. So we don't want you to order.
We've had guys, and I remember like it proper kicked off, and it went on for weeks. Like, and in the end,
Was that a dude who's going to drive down from Sheffield to stab
something like that. Yeah. Something like that, right? And then a month later, put another fucking order in.
But they think you're not going to remember. And
He had a weird name.
He had a name that stuck out, and I mentioned. I went, just to confirm, did you mean? It went, oh, I believe like in letting sleeping dogs lie. I was like, I believe in fuck off, and just deleted his order. I went, have your money back, and he's like, you can't refuse custom. I was like, yeah, we don't, man. I can refuse any business I want. I don't want you buy. I'd rather literally go hungry than have you wear my stuff. You actually told.
That's great.
The best one. That we're going to get into it now.
Oh, the pink thing. Pink thing, yeah.
So they're opening a can of worms. No, but this is the thing. So someone messaged, it was 6:30 in the morning, and he goes, I've just put in an order for, because we do a lucky dip, like for a tenner, you get basically random thing. Yeah. And he messaged, he goes, oh, make sure it's none of that gay pink shit. Right? And obviously, I was just like, wow. I was like, I went, mate, that's not cool. I went, just,
It's 2020.
I went, don't be a dick. I went, don't be a dick. And he started going, oh, don't be a fucking prick and all that. I was like, look, mate, I'm saying, don't be a knob. And then I went, fuck yourself, see you later.
Yeah.
And he started being so abusive. And then that's what I stuck it online. I went, look, it's 2021. I was like, did I miss a memo or something where you can still do this? And that went mental. I mean, I got at least 4 or 5 death threats. Some dude was going to drive down from Sheffield, not even connected to. That's what other people got really angry They're like, well, and I was like, why are you angry at what this dude said? Us for calling this dude out, unless you really share the belief that.
Oh no, they were like,
weird.
it's so wrong that you've shared this post, like personal information. Well, you can't see who it is.
You can't see who it is. You can't see anything. Like, I'm not stupid.
It's just a post.
But then he's like, yeah, I'm going to come down and stab you and all that. And he goes, he goes, oh, I know where you work. And I was like, well, it's on the website.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. If you Google,
you don't need to hurt your fucking pie away for this one, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's there. Come on, then come down. Make sure it's a Thursday. Do you know what I mean? It's we work late. Like,
we have burger van.
Yeah, we're burger van.
Yeah,
Come down, have a chat. People are just weird, man. It's just so weird. But so I don't want that to come across as we hate everyone. We love our customers, but
I think
it's just
it comes across really well. Like you care so much about your brand that you don't want to cheapen it by just giving it to everyone.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, like Reebok or something like that, where there's no face to it.
I love Reebok.
But there's no face to it, is there? There's no Mr. Reebok, is there? It's just like.
Well, we were quite averse to actually having our faces anyway, because obviously, you know, I mean, admittedly we're handsome chaps, but you don't want to be sort of known.
I mean, you've seen me, right?
I mean, have a look.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but I mean, we were really like, we don't want any picture, don't want us to be anywhere associated. And then we kind of changed that as we realised, one, it's just funny, and two, people actually then start seeing that it is humans behind the whole thing.
That is,
you know,
I think that's a big part of it. And I suppose any brand, any small kind of independent brands, when your customers are buying, they feel kind of part of that a little bit, like they're helping you, and they are. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's so much. I'm the same. So when I buy like beard oils or whatever from like independent companies, it's just the purchase feels that much more special for one of them. Does that sound really bad?
Yeah, it does. It's very nice. Very nice.
I was going to say it's people buying into people, isn't it?
Yeah.
That, I mean,
that's the old sales cliche, is it? People buy from people, but no, but it is true. Yeah, it's true.
And that's why you see when Stace does put up these things about people, those messages that people are being dicks about, immediately there will be a flurry of customers straight away. Well, I love my stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to kind
defend
of
us
defend us as well. Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice. But probably should tone it down a little bit for the next few weeks.
But you don't just celebrate the bad customers, but you do celebrate the good customers.
Yeah,
I saw that one where the guy went, I put on a bit of weight.
Oh, that was the best return thing. Best return thing I've ever seen. He went, and he was just. He went. Well, you can have of course you can have an exchange or refund anyway. That's why we have a return form. But he just put. I'll try and find it again later on. But he's like, "Oh, can I have a size up lockdown issues?" And he drew a picture of a little fat man with a stick. And it was just the best thing. I went and have a look at this sausage, and he went, "That's brilliant."
I thought he drew me.
Yeah, he drew me. It's like a big bit of cheese with cocktail sticks coming out of it. And then we also had that lovely one from that dude who wheelchair user. Which genuinely made me a little bit teary.
I went a bit tingly.
Oh yeah, I was like, so he just sent this lovely email. Just I just want to say thank you for your stuff. And I was like, what's it? Because as soon as you think, what's going on here? Is this going to be? I just wanted to give you some feedback. And you're like, and it goes, as a wheelchair user, I'm really conscious, blah blah blah. But since
people always
people looking at me and stuff like that. He goes, we're seeing something wearing your stuff. people come over and they'd ask about the t-shirt, but then they start asking me about my condition. It's made me more sort of confident and all that. And I was just like, that is just such a lovely thing.
It was quite emotional.
Yeah, I was just like,
when you read it. When you read it to me, I was like, oh man.
I was just like,
so awesome.
That's it. We've finally done something. So we put that up. I was like, look, just be a decent, awesome human being like this guy. That's just awesome. Do you know what I mean? It's lovely that if in any way we made his day a little bit better just by printing a t-shirt. It's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So. We were going to send him a package. We were going to do that.
Yeah, we will. We'll get around to it.
We will give it. We have been very busy.
Send it now.
Yeah. We did say we're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do it.
We'll send him some stuff. Yeah.
2 years later, probably moved house.
Yeah.
No, we will do it. We will do it. Edit that bit out.
Yeah.
It's been busy. It's been busy.
It's really busy.
Really, so busy. So tired.
The longer we leave it, the more surprised he'll be.
Exactly.
There you
Exactly. He'll be like,
It was yeah.
And
he still remembers us.
Let's wait and see if he buys the same ones we're going to send.
Yeah. What we did, we're sending the shit ones because he then.
No, don't. There is no shit one. The ones you don't like that I've designed, you mean?
Yeah.
That's the ones. Just to clarify. Sorry.
So you guys, do you manufacture in house and everything now?
Yeah, so we always have done. Apart from I think the first few months.
First 8 months.
Yeah, we were
getting them printed in bulk. and we were selling, but it was like we were always sitting on stock, so our cash flows were terrible.
Yeah. We were sitting on like 500 mediums of one design.
Yeah.
But no smalls. And it was like, when's the smalls come back? So you're like, oh, so I've then got to go buy.
And also, like I said earlier, like we do design, we think that is fucking amazing. You get 1,000 of them printed, no customer wants them.
Stop suffering the C-bombs.
Sorry about that.
No customer wants them.
Like, beep that out. So you find is like that you end up with dead stock.
Yeah.
So we invested in a printer, which at the time was a big investment for us, like £8,000 or something for this printer
In my shed.
in his shed.
In my shed.
And,
It's a nice shed. It's a nice shed.
and that allowed us to print to order.
Yeah.
So it takes away any issues with cash flows, any wasted stock, dead stock, and that's how we've managed to kind of grow it. And now we've got like 5 of them.
I'm about to chop it in for a very, very big
I'm
one.
about to chop it in for the same printers that Amazon would use.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's
So we've taken a massive this in the coming months. What we're doing right now is a massive leap for us.
Yeah.
We've invested everything we've got. I mean, literally everything.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife.
No, I know. Yeah. I mean, it's literally. I know everyone says you have to like invest to grow.
Yeah, you do.
But we can't stress how much money we now don't have, and how
much money
You
we
need to
owe.
buy
how much money we owe,
we owe.
and how much property we could lose. It's all in. We've gone all in, all in.
But-
So if it does work, cracking. If it doesn't, I'll become asleep in your shed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's that bad. It's
No, well, I mean, jokes aside, I'm
I'm not
not worried about it. I'm totally confident in.
Do you guys
in our product.
do orders for other people that aren't you?
We don't.
no.
Just think, we might get some
time.
t-shirts done.
No. We do get asked. So go back to what you said originally, Baz, in terms of manufacturing. We print everything in house. Everything's made in house, apart from I think 3 things where we get embroidery done, but that's changing soon as well. The t-shirts are made not by us, but all like ethically sourced and part of the Fairwear Foundation, which is really good. Anyone listening, go have a look at it. It's just like make sure that all the workers are fairly treated and they get a good wage abroad and all that sort of stuff, which is great. Which was important to us when we started.
Yeah, that was it's important, isn't it? That people, especially in the modern era, you
I was
need.
going to say, as the finance director, I thought you didn't worry about things like that.
No, we could. I mean, we could.
What?
Yeah. I mean, we could. Excuse me. We could print on like a Gildan
Get a
t-shirt.
penny cheaper.
Yeah.
Take it.
I mean, if we printed on like Gildan t-shirts, which a lot of brands do, we'd be millionaires by now. Do you know what I mean?
That's why our price point isn't super cheap. We're not a budget company. You pay for what you get.
Yeah.
So you might be paying kind of £18 to £22, £25 sometimes for one of our t-shirts. If you go to other brands who have similar kind of not similar designs, but in the same area than us, you can pick them up for £6-7.
Yeah.
But the t-shirt will last 2 minutes, and
You're not investing in human trafficking,
And
slave labour,
and
and all
a
that.
child's probably died making it somewhere in the world, that sort of thing.
There's
So-
a child's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you put on it just smells of disdain and all that sort of thing. It's just, But yeah, no, we wanted to make sure that we'd done that. That was important because it's just not being a dick, basically. Like I say,
Yeah.
Well, it's like often now we gain a lot of followers from that as well, especially from being vegan friendly. I'm not vegan, obviously, but people will seek you out just for that reason. So it's important that you can kind of get yourself into that bracket as well. Fortunately, not many people listen to our podcast, so no one has ever heard of my rants.
Your vegan tirade. Bless
So
them.
we've only lost maybe 1 or 2 customers.
Out.
But I think I'm sure they've got a sense of humour, and they probably go, "Oh, he's just playing. He doesn't mean it."
I'm only joshing.
Yeah.
Some of my best friends are vegan, so I've no issues with
You
it.
got another best friend? Friends. Got a vegan friend over there. So no, printing for other people. That was the question, wasn't it? No.
We don't do it, mainly because we haven't got the time.
Yeah. But it might be something we look at in the next
It
few
might be
months.
something you have to do.
We have to do.
Anyone who needs t-shirts printed, put anything on it.
Well, when we get our new setup,
it will be.
We can times our manufacturing process by like 10 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then obviously we plan to grow our business quite rapidly from there, but that may also incorporate fulfillments as well
For other people, yeah.
for other people, other brands that we know we could offer a service to, and give them a better price.
Yeah.
Make it easier for them. But and make some money.
Oh, well, obviously, yeah.
I mean,
obviously,
Make
I mean,
loads of
I
money.
mean, like, Jimmy don't care about these people. I just want their money.
I see it. With my band's got a merch company that does all our merch called Epic Merch Store, and they literally they went from having 10 bands, and now they've got like 1,000 bands on there, and they can just you order it. It comes in 2 days.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
It's crazy, and it costs the same price as like anywhere else. Like,
I'd imagine they've probably got a similar setup
Yeah.
to what we're getting, yeah.
They just literally the quality is ridiculous, and it just spits them out for fun.
Yeah. It takes longer for you to tell it what you want it to print than it does for it to print.
Yeah.
By the time it goes and it's out, and you're like, what? We went up to our suppliers in Nottingham. They said, "I'll come up and see the machine." Like, we ain't gonna have the money for it. And we watched it for like 20 seconds, and we just went, "Well, that's happening."
Well, to be fair, we
went, "No, well, that's happening. Oh, we're having that straight away."
It wasn't.
I'll sell a kidney.
At that point, when we went up there, it wasn't even about. There was no thought in our mind that we were going to buy one of these machines. We were just so slammed. We know the guys, and they were like, "Just come up and use our demo machine.
Get yourself up to date
in a day." So
we're like,
"Sweet."
"What?"
So we drove up there. I'm thinking we're going to Hooters.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That never happened.
Yeah.
Roxy's closed.
And we printed like 650 T's in a couple of hours, and we were like, "Well, this is insane."
Yeah. So we're like, "Yeah, we're having one of these."
Yeah.
How much is it? And what's the deposit?
And
And a year later, we managed to scrape it together.
a whole year. Bless him.
But yeah, it wasn't at the time because we just bought new printers, and then a week later we were like, "Yeah, I don't want these anymore.
Yeah,
I
one
want one of them."
of them plays. He's like, well, "I'll do you a deal. I'll give you like 60% back." And I was like, "I've literally just dropped my life savings on these, mate. Do you know what I mean?" But there you go.
We've probably lost.
Oh, well, let's not go
We've
wild
lost a lot
amounts
of money. Wild amount of money on these printers.
Yeah, let's not talk about
But
that.
there's only one way forward. We couldn't. If we don't have it by October, like we would have to shut the site down.
Because we couldn't keep up.
We
We'd have to
wouldn't be
cut it
able-
off at some point and say, right, and then turn it back on. It's just the
Yeah.
demand is just so much. I mean, Black Friday for us last year, I've never known anything like it. We didn't go home for like 6 days. It's just horrible. And it sounds like it's just literally the most. It was the most impressive. It was great because we were making so much money, but it was like we literally didn't leave.
Yeah.
We're working in shifts and stuff. It was just horrible. Don't want to do that again.
is it just you two in the warehouse? Or?
We have 2 other casual staff as well, but most of the time, yeah, it's just us. Yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps it cost down because at the minute although we are 3 years into it, we're still heavily investing. So everything apart, we got to nick a drink every now and then.
Yeah.
To the most part, everything goes back in.
Yeah.
So we can get it to a point where it's a real thing, and we can reap some rewards. So although we could have staff every day, it would be nice.
Yeah.
But
I think we're only about maybe 6-7 months away from having more full-time people. I think that's where it is personally. But you're the money man. You tell me.
No, it's years.
No, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this: if it means I ain't got to print t-shirts anymore, then I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't want. I mean, the worst part about our job is actually the day-to-day printing. It's mind-numbingly boring. It's horrible. I hate every minute of it.
It makes you realise what it would be like to to boss the grill and make it do.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah.
All day. Just flip that shit.
Put that in and press that button. It's all. I mean, the only
Next t-shirt.
Yeah. Flip that shit. Yeah. But I mean, the part I like, I don't know about you, but I like actually when we're starting to do a new collection, you get to see all the design, you see what colours work, and then we go out and do like photography, and we do the artwork, we do all the nice banners. And that's the only bit. That's the bit that I get excited for.
The creative side of things is the fun bit.
Yeah.
Right? And
then for like 2 months each season, you're like pressing a button.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like, oh.
The problem we got now is where we're so busy. Actually, that kind of creative side of what we do suffers because we ain't got the time, and you end up what's the word?
Don't know. I stopped listening ages
Oh
ago.
shit! Move on. I forget. Well, mine's got totally
This
blank.
gives you a rough idea what our podcast is like.
And I've only had 1.5
Yeah, this is it.
bottles of Coles.
This is what I literally get back. I was like, well, I've got to edit at least 24 minutes of
Yeah.
this.
Well, I think maybe because I think I'm still pissed from last
think you
night.
are.
This has just topped me up.
Yeah.
We're not editing this.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known that.
It's just so much easier for me. I just put the beginning, the intro in that we do, and then the
Sometimes I'm
outro.
like,
Yeah.
You didn't leave that in.
Yeah.
Just got to leave it in. I think it's.
Oh,
Did you watch it?
How many of ours have you genuinely listened to?
One.
Yeah.
First one.
First one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm there. I can hear it. I hear it.
You're live.
Originally,
Yeah.
I'm there live.
But you don't remember any of
That's
it.
like that. That's like going to a football game
Yeah.
and then going home and watching it on TV.
That's
like
true.
I
recording
know people
it.
do that.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah,
twats.
it's sad. It's very sad. I know people do that, especially like League One. It goes, oh, it's on League One on ITV too.
Could feel any worse.
Fill your boots,
Enjoy
man.
it.
Yeah, fill your
Oh,
boots.
You'll see
dear.
6 minutes of that game.
Oh,
Out of push. There I am.
Oh, God.
It was another sad git.
was that 3 questions out of 5? Where are we? We had 5 questions. Well, what's the next one?
Well,
We've added loads in.
No, I've got him.
we were going to ask about your marketing strategy, but you already said it. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Did you know what, that didn't actually come from. That wasn't even meant to be a thing. That was.
It was
It was the
Valentine's
anti-Valentine's. So we got 2 quite famous, but really popular designs that weren't originally designs. We
night.
got
You just
the
call them famous.
what the best-selling, but people recognise us for.
Oh, you're such a
The,
twat.
like a show. We got the women. The other women's "fuck you, I don't do it, you tell me" one.
Yeah.
That wasn't a T-shirt. We done that for International Women's Day just as a thing, just to say like.
Yeah,
you know,
that one I hated.
Yeah, you
hated that.
Hated it, and it was never meant to be a T. And we didn't even sell it for like to people like Wednesday. It was like it's not a T-shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't to build up sort of demand for it. We just genuinely didn't want to release it because it didn't really match anything else. We didn't release it. And I think
Also, we that was quite early on, and we were at the time we were like, oh, like is it a bit much?
Is it a bit much?
Is it a bit strong to
Yeah.
put out there? When we did drop it, we went fucking
I
mad.
think it paid my mortgage. That
And it
month.
still goes.
So,
And it still goes.
It's
mad.
mental. And then we done the dudes version just because we had to,
Yeah.
don't be.
That's not been quite so
No,
successful.
no.
But the women's one definitely,
Yeah,
and
and
the don't be a dick one.
That was anti-Valentine's Day. Yeah, it wasn't meant to. It was just like literally with that heart. Like
Yeah.
the text can be changed. It's like the broken heart with the sash
Yeah.
through it. And we went for about 1 million different words and combinations, and some of them were really quite extreme, dark. Like that, it was
Not
bad.
saved,
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've got a hard drive full of them, and every Valentine's Day we say that these are the ones that didn't make it, and just
Check
the
his hard
don't you check his hard drive.
Check his hard drive.
Check his hard drive.
Nonce.
No, don't say that.
I do another podcast, conspiracy theory podcast, and I think that within the first 30 seconds of every episode, someone says the N word.
Because we're quite. Anytime we put on our podcast Instagram, if we put a like status, someone will just put because he's fond of dropping it, and it's become like his catchphrase, which is very disturbing.
Well, but what people are doing, which is bad, is when we do a comment, people go #nonce, but
no context. So it looks like they're calling us, and we're like, maybe we got to tone that down.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that
No one else knows who you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like
you need context.
I've got kids, man. You know, I mean, you can't have stuff like that. You can't have stuff like that being thrown at you. But no, the Don't Be a Dick one, that was never meant to be. It was literally we just put up there saying, "Oh, we've done our Valentine's Day," and then after Valentine's Day ended, we released it, and
Yeah, but we've had that one out for well over a year.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
And it was only this year.
Trump, and with the election, we literally, let's say we sold like that. As soon as the election hit, I don't know what it is. We didn't mark it. It just went literally like that.
Yeah.
It was like I think for one day, that's all we printed. That's all we all. And we're like another one. And we're like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And I think it just flew up. But I don't know. Then we kind of just adopted it as our sort of company slogan, really, in a way.
Yeah.
Just don't be a dick. And then every Valentine's Day we release some of the ones that didn't make it, and it's like. What was it Cupid votes Tory? That caused a lot of problems. Marketing wise, just stick it out there and see what happens.
Well,
That's what she said.
I mean, there's only one successful strategy, and that is spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we spend a hell of a lot of money
On
on marketing. And
Which is depressing.
It's
It's
the only way you can have all the fantastic images on Instagram you want. If you ain't paying for people to see it,
Yeah.
you ain't selling shit.
Yeah.
And we started off pretty conservative again because we didn't know, we were from, corporate finance backgrounds. So like, how much do we want to be spending on these things? And at the time, we had I hadn't worked for 2 years by then. I was got nothing. Yeah. So we were spending very little, but it kind of ramped it up pretty quick. And then all of a sudden, like you're doubling it, tripling it, and then it becomes quite scary how much you have to spend. And when you do it and you get to that, you can't go back.
You can't go back. Yeah, you can't drop it down
because then you've committed. And then you're like, well, I've got to earn that again.
It is. Yeah. We had an exercise a few months back where we had to turn our ads off because we were changing providers.
It died.
And you see the traffic. Literally, the moment we turned off, that it literally went.
Really?
And
you got sales and traffic.
So everything, like traffic on the website, and everyone. We have a really high conversion rate. Not like trying to. We do have a high.
Selling. I mean,
it was better, but no one was going on. People were going on the website buying, but literally we watched the hits just go like that.
Wow.
And it had to stay off for 2 days because they had to rebuild stuff to be honest. And we were like. Well, we're done for. This is it. It's done. Like I'm sitting in the corner just rocking. Like, and then when they done what they needed to do, it suddenly went like that. You literally watched it in real time. It's incredible.
It is crazy. Fortunately, if we turned it off, we'd still be selling because we've got a really good base of customers, and people will just keep coming back. Like our returning customers is huge.
Really high. Actually. We're lucky.
And our email campaigns are massive. And a huge part of what we do, without that, we would probably take a good core of our turnover away if we took away the emails.
Email. I
find astonishing.
Yeah, because it's so old school.
I hate emails. Like I had never, when you I'm all the time unsubscribe, like piss off. I don't want to know. Like, if I want to buy something, I'll find you.
Yeah, I'll find.
But turns out not everyone feels that way.
And but listen, we were for that reason we didn't do any email marketing for about a year.
Yeah.
And then someone just was like, how big's your email list? And we were like, I don't know. And they went, that's really quite big. And we're like, oh, should we do something with it? Like, and it's like, oh yeah, they went, yeah. So we got in touch, and then he just went, boom. He went, I did this, and this. And we're like, let's see what happens. Like, fine, don't worry about it. And he literally went, how much you make per? You can see how much there's the credit. We're like, oh my god, that's good.
And now he knows. Now he's quadrupled his price.
Yeah, the kit. He's like, well, look what I've done. Now I want 4 times the money. I'm like, I see what you did there.
I feel like you've got me over a barrel, you bastard.
Let's chat.
Give you some t-shirts.
No, the dude that works with us, he's a really nice young guy, but he also does it for a lot of other brands. He knows what he's doing. And we were like, everyone says, I can do this. And we're like, well, let's see what happens for a couple. And we were like, you do really know what you're doing. Yeah. Like, you're like some sort of weird Superman.
Literally, within 10 minutes of sending the first email, we covered his feet. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is clearly going to work. I've said to a lot of, we have a lot of people ask you when a lot of friends go, or acquaintances, like, I'm starting this thing. They're like, what should I do?
Don't.
Unless you're prepared to earn nothing for 2 to 3 years.
We do get asked. We get asked by mates. We get asked. We have people. It's crazy. We actually get people messaging us saying, "I'm thinking about starting a t-shirt brand. Yeah. Like, have you got any advice for me?" And just don't. And that's not trying to be like, because you're going to be muscling in. It's like, just don't bother. It's just so much grief.
What you have to do is, like I've said to a few people, I said, if you're going to do it, then you've got to be all in.
Yeah.
You've got to be all consuming to make it work. If you're just doing it as
if you decide if it's going to be a side hustle or your main thing, and if it's going to be a side hustle, just don't bother.
You won't make any money.
Yeah, so you'll do it. Your mates will buy a few, and you'll go, this is all right. And then you won't sell anything for a bit, and you think, I've lost interest. Because the exciting bit, as I said, is setting it up and thinking, doesn't this look all nice and pretty? And, when I press this button, look how the website moves and all that sort of stuff. And then no one buys it. And you're like, that's like 4 months of my life wasted. So, do you know what I mean? So
if you're not all in, ain't worth doing. And if you're not willing to take the risk and really invest in it,
and not earn any money for a couple of years, it's like it's not just any business. Any business start. If you're not gonna be prepared to be a bit skinned for a little while, then
that's the end game, right? In any walk of life if you've worked, you've got to work hard to get somewhere, and that's no different. The only problem is that we didn't have an income while we were doing it. Yeah. Which is an issue.
It's hard to have an income when you go all in on something. You've got to be all in, and you can't be like just floating around.
That's it. Fortunately, we've got very understanding wives who are now just about thinking, you know what? I think this might be a thing.
Might be something in there.
Yeah.
Got some loads of t-shirts.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sling a
I
couple
love
of
it.
t-shirts away.
They go, when people say, oh, like, how's your so, like, Lou put you there, so what did your husband do? Oh, it's Prince t-shirts or something, I don't know.
I found
He's got this t-shirt.
I found this mug.
Well, babe, we're not a clothing brand, thank you very much.
I found this mug in the garage, right? And I went, babe, what's this? Like candy skull mug and all that. I was like, when did it? She went, oh, I got you that. Hazel, when you started, you know, your little tattoo thing. And she wasn't being like, I went, my little tattoo thing. I went, what, you mean the little tattoo thing that just bought you this new t-shirt? My little tattoo thing that pays the mortgage. Oh, right, just my little tattoo thing. I was like, okay, fine. But it doesn't even register. It doesn't even, I mean, it's just like, I don't think you've got something to do with
I
t-shirts.
think people outside in, especially friends, I don't think they realise the growth that we've had and the size of.
I think they're like, oh, that's nice.
Oh no! Look at them. They're still doing
Oh,
what they want to do.
they still believe in that. They still believe. They still think that's gonna work. Oh,
Trying their best.
bless them. I'll buy stuff. How much is it? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all sitting around when you're not there going, this is so expensive.
Also, I was saying to the people out there in the interweb, don't ask your mates for free shit.
Yeah.
Don't ask anyone for free shit.
Yeah.
Because we have to pay our bills.
So I was thinking, my father-in-law said to me a while ago, he's only recently signed up to the email.
Oh, I love
thing.
that, man. I do love
And
that.
he went, you know what? I'm right impressed. You emailed me the other day. I went, well, it wasn't me personally.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, look at the website. That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I went, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah. It's not.
And then he goes, how's Stace getting on? I was like, Jeff, it's my business as well. It's not just his.
I remember the first Christmas we started this, right? The first Christmas I was round yours and everyone was there. And Jeff, like your father, he kept on saying, like, he was asking these questions. And then when he was, oh, you know, I wish you all the best, those and all that. And I was like, you do realise it's Mark's business. And it took about a year for him. He went, oh, you're involved as well. I was like, you're involved as well, are you?
So you were talking about potential, aspirations of having employed a full-time employee. How do you feel about that coming into the dynamic with you two? Because you've grown it. You've obviously were best friends.
Don't like outsiders.
Once
Don't like outsiders. The people we've got. I mean, Joe is an old pal of ours anyway, so that's kind of all cool and that. And Rich just kind of come in and we kind of knew him a bit already, and that was brilliant. I think I don't know. I mean, we have to take it. I think if we get in more people, I wouldn't recommend that you employ more like your mates. I think that's a given now. I think we know.
I think it's hard to with mates, even with Rich and Joe, they're both pals, but it does make it. It makes it hard, kind of the boss employee thing. It's weird, But fortunately, I mean, it's worked out well with them, but it could have well gone the other
Sideways,
way.
yeah.
Well gone the other way.
I think in terms of bringing people in, just as long as there's not a dick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what it comes down to.
Read the sign, guys.
Don't be a dick. Your contract will just say, don't be a dick. Sign
They've
it.
definitely got to fit into the kind of the way we do things and be of a similar personalities, especially with me knocking about. I'm very inappropriate. Stacey's very angry. So
This is just a lawsuit waiting to happen, isn't it?
So between us, we're going to upset someone. So they've got to kind of come into that dynamic and just be chill, cool, but also work hard.
Yeah.
So I think we'll find it quite hard.
Yeah. We're not selling this organisation at all, are we?
I find it hard when I'm like we employ people on time basis, and I find it hard when I realise that they can't read my mind.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why haven't you done this exactly how I want?
How do you not know exactly what I'm saying with the 4 words I told you? It's like, how do you not know this?
Everyone else gets it.
Yeah.
Who's everyone else? The other person with your entire life.
Yeah. I get it because I'm saying it in my head.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I struggle with employing
You
people.
just look and think, why are you the way you are? It's
like clearly making perfect sense with a 3-word email.
No, I mean, who knows? I mean, I was going to say, I don't think we're going to get to the point where we're hiring like 30, 40, but who knows? And that's hopefully we will. But that just sounds like a ball ache. Whether we don't want, but if it gets to that stage, cool.
Employees are a pain, but a necessary evil, I guess. I've hired.
Wow.
It is.
How many employees have you got at the moment? Like 8, 9?
12.
12. He's a wonderful boss in his other businesses. He's a nice man.
Yeah, I mean they're all like menopausal women, so they're cool, you know. Like, well, not menopausal, like they've had the menopause, so now they're chill.
I mean, it's factually true, but still, you shouldn't say it.
I don't think you should say it out loud.
No, don't say it out loud.
We've said it out loud now.
Yeah.
We've said it out loud.
Yeah.
This is coming off wildly bad.
Yeah.
But the worst people I've ever hired are when I was in the city, like salespeople are dicks.
Yeah,
Proper dicks.
massively.
And, I've hired so many dicks. But I also thought, actually, you're probably going to make me a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'll deal with you being a dick. But I don't think I could deal with it in our world.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Let's just say, just don't.
We'll see how we go. Yeah. Just want a dude that likes good music.
Or woman.
Like to take a joke. Or a woman, not easy, you know. Yeah. Penis, no penis, I don't care.
Yeah, whatever,
Yeah, whatever.
Or whatever. Yeah, whatever, yeah. Anyone.
Any which way you want to label it, all right?
Or just don't label it. Don't need to label it.
As long as you're cool.
Yeah, cool.
Work hard.
And don't be a dick.
And don't be a dick.
Yes,
you can work for us one day,
Very
maybe.
important that they are not a dick.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to go back and talk about ad spend because that's something that I've worked with companies and done like stuff that was going to be had paid behind it, but I've never actually done paid for any of our own stuff.
Well, do you want to know how much we spend?
No, I'm not telling you that. When we stop recording, we'll tell you. And you'll be like, what?
Yeah, I don't want to know how much they spend. I was like, so it does make a major difference.
It's the only way. It's the only way. It's the only way. I mean, we've got other pals who've been doing stuff similar, and again, started as like a hobby thing. And it's just like, oh, so how much you spend on ads? And like, huh?
They're unwilling to spend. They're doing them, but they're not spending enough. Like I'm talking, they're spending a couple of quid a day. You need to
up it.
You need to up it. You need first of all, once you get your decent following, you've got to kind of build your following up. It'll take you a year or so, and then you can really start ramping up your online campaigns. And I mean, on a good month. Not talking about what we're going to spend. Don't worry.
No,
it's just like.
But on a good month, you could get 8 or 9x on your return.
Yeah.
Every pound you get 8-9 quid back.
Yeah.
On the best months.
Yeah.
Even on a bad month.
those months we call the start of lockdown.
Yeah.
That was the dream.
But even on a bad one, you're still looking at 3 or 4. As long as your following is there and stuff. So you just need to be confident in. And have a bit of balls.
And as long as your copy ain't crap and your audience's selection isn't crap.
Essentially, you're never going to lose money. You might not make money off the bat, and we didn't for a long time. We were putting everything in, and we were working for nothing. But every customer you get, you gain a long-term customer.
Yeah.
About 30-40% they will come back, and they'll tell a mate, and then people will see them in the street. So we were just pimping them out for nothing off the bat, just to get people wearing them. And then a couple of years later, they're older and you start reaping the rewards because people now know who you are. You're a brand, not just your mates around Southend.
Yeah. But you got a thing on Facebook and Instagram. Everyone's fighting for the same space, and it's just whoever's going to pay the most for it. Which
essentially what it is.
Well, that is it, but we can't. We're not in that space monetary wise. We can't actually compete with like the big boys for that sort of stuff. So it is about tailoring your audience that you're going for and sort of finding niches and stuff. And then it kind of you hope people will share it and stuff like that because that's just what it's all about.
We used to do it. Well, Stacey used to do it himself. And when we really started putting money into it, we now have a freelancer who does it for us, who knows.
She's mustard.
She's mustard.
Yeah.
And if you ever want anyone, we can hook you up.
Yeah. I think we'll have to take that at some point.
But even that's a bit of a. It's a weird kind of relationship in a way because the ads have to be a bit more corporate than what we are, and then I kind of read the copy and I'm like, it sounds like a company saying it. So I have to kind of say to her, look, we wouldn't say that. Can you change it to this? And
we'll tone it up.
You're right. That's the difference is when Stace does it. Like when we used to both kind of get involved with that kind of thing, and everyone would go, Stace read that one. Stacey referee read that one. I don't know what, so you just fucking do it wrong way.
Anything that could piss someone off, I definitely wrote that. But you know, because you do. We talk about the voice. You kind of lose when you're doing the tog ads. You can lose a bit of your voice, but then maybe you have to have that to attract people that don't know you, and then they come in and see who you really are. That's
I think what is important when you're doing the sponsored stuff is that you continue to regularly post yourself on your Instagram, on your Facebook, to kind of that, because that's your voice. On the sponsors ads, there's never going to be too much text. It's really just kind of going, right, bang, this is like we've just dropped this collection, or
come have a look at this.
Come have a look at this, 10% off your first order, or whatever else. That's not really taking away your personality out of it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, you need to make sure you're posting every day. So people can see the real people behind the brand.
So a lot of people go wrong, particularly people, our friends who have started. They post a lot in the beginning, then they stop. And just rely on ads. It's like that ain't gonna work, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We said to so many people, it's not trying to be arrogant, but we said to them like, it won't work because of this. What you're trying to do, and they go, oh no. I was like, it won't work. Like, and this. I'll guarantee you, this is where it's going to fail. And that's where it fails, because we spent 3 and a bit years doing it. We made so many cock-ups, we know.
Yeah. It's not like we're super experienced in the industry.
No.
We just know what we fucked up on over the last 3 years.
We know what we wasted thousands of pounds on.
We've done that.
Which is the biggest learning curve. When you lose money, that's the biggest learning curve you can have.
And all you're trying to do is help, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. People ask us for advice, and you give it to them like, well, I don't like that. So don't ask me then. Do you know what I mean? Don't ask me.
Because
you idiot.
Most things, everyone is always receptive to your ideas until you tell them what you got to do financially, and then they go,
I've got to spend that.
I'll spend that and doing that.
No.
And then you ain't taking it seriously, so don't really bother.
Nah.
It's a lot. So our first episode, we had Jay from Alton Garden Centre. He runs
Barbecue Man.
The barbecue man.
King.
He doesn't. He's never spent any.
Yeah, you got excited when I said that.
He's not spent any money on ads. But he is constantly posting. He's going live every day. He goes live. He does questions. So he does a lot of stories. And
that's it. Yeah,
updating content constantly.
Big difference.
We fall short on that.
Alton's being a very, very well established company, in the area. And everyone knows.
And he gets the celebrities in as well, and he's kind of gone for that market, and it shows that
because he's not online, right? Is he not?
They're all online now.
Oh, they are online now.
Only after the pandemic, and he was another person who said that the pandemic sorted them right out.
Yeah.
Because everyone was in their gardens.
They wanted garden
first, didn't we? We were like, everyone wanted this sold out and everything, but he's done exactly the same kind of thing. He's like concentrated on Instagram and made an Instagram thing, but he didn't spend anything on. But they don't make sales for Instagram. Like,
that's the thing.
The Instagram is a secondary to this.
Yeah.
If you're doing, if you're doing videos and stuff, you're gonna get hits, you're gonna get likes for sure, but. There's no way to quantify how that's doing, what that means to you for sales, right?
Yeah.
Like we know every pound that we put into marketing, we know what we're getting back from it. Whether we did or whether we didn't, we know what's working, what's not. Right. So if we put an ad in, they go, hold on, that ain't performing. Turn it off.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
If you're not selling something and you're just doing
you're trying to build a brand.
It's still super important.
Yeah.
I mean, Alton's is generally iconic, right? In the area.
In our area, it's like everyone knows where it is. Yeah.
So if you just think, I need to go and get something to go, no, it's pop down Alton's.
Yeah.
Is golden. Yeah. Like having a brand that good is absolute golden, and you've just got to keep it up, right? Again, I suppose the key is in that point. Really, you'd think of Alton's is like that's where the old people go for lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm suddenly just very aware you're going to smack that camera because you're getting handsy.
Oh shit! Is that filming?
Yeah. But it's not that you're cause when you get really, he gets very handsy and starts going everywhere, and it goes like that. And that really expensive camera you nick from work will be ruined.
But I suppose it's just now taking making it, bringing it to the new generation. I guess
he's changed it completely.
Yeah, and that's the same with us. We have to keep changing things to find new crowds, new people that are interested in what you're doing. Because not everyone loves traditional style toast shit.
Yeah. Heathens. What?
Yeah, how dare they?
How dare you not like them? Yeah.
Well, all people have actually said to us before, like not said, but made comments. Oh, I really like your stuff, but I don't have any toes.
I can't wear it. I haven't got any toes. No, but I was like, you don't. That's what I was. Well, first I was just like, I actually went, what? I was like, run that by me again. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And then when I haven't got toes,
not go on?
I was like, I've got loads of Nikes, but I can't run for shit. Do you know what I mean? I was like, you don't. It's just wear what you dig, man. It don't matter, does it? Just yeah, crazy.
It means you don't have to get a tattoo.
Yeah. Because you got one, it's temporary. You can take it off.
Yeah. That's why we did say, well, maybe we should like get some models without any toes so people don't think you have to have them. Although that's stupid that you have
It's
to.
really hard
to physically build a picture.
But it's really hard to find a model that hasn't got any toes. No.
Not a one.
Only ugly ones.
Yeah, they're all fat or ugly. And I can say that because I'm both.
I don't know anyone that hasn't got a tattoo, I don't think. Even just one. Even Marlo's got a tattoo, hasn't he?
Even Marlo.
Even Marlo.
Matt, his parents really didn't like the idea of tattoos, so he got a secret one on his chest.
Which Ben told.
Yeah.
I told him, show your mum your tattoo.
Well,
Bubbled him right up, you bastard.
He got the family crest and everything, thinking that would appease him. But it says Marlo. You got your name tattooed on your chest. No son of mine.
I know of at least 5 people who've got their own date of birth tattooed on. I was like, what, is that in case you forget? Or you can't use it as ID to get in. Yeah, I was like, why have you got that?
A few people.
Yeah, why have you got that?
Got their year of birth on there.
No, the full date of birth. I'm like, what is that in case you get stuck at the job centre and they got your date of birth? You're like, I don't know, hang on.
I might get a tattoo.
When you're signing on, it's like, yeah.
I get a tattoo on my driver's licence.
Well, I mean, it was a great achievement. It took you long enough.
10 times.
10 times.
10 times.
10 times. Yeah.
I know someone who took longer.
Oh, dear.
Longer than 10. Like
I'm going to say his name as well. James Lucas, my old flatmate. I think it's even 14 times.
14?
Maybe longer.
I feel better about myself now, I'm not going to lie.
He must be a great driver now.
Well, it turns out that I'm a fantastic driver.
Yeah, albeit maybe a little bit fast.
Yeah, but,
Faster means better, though.
Yeah.
They're quicker.
I mean,
But so we've told the story a lot, but we were stuck in traffic coming back from Nottingham. We were stuck in the same place for 7 hours on the M1. We didn't move for 7 hours, right? We didn't move at all. And he still got done speeding twice on that journey.
I did. Yeah.
We literally didn't move for 7 hours. It got to one where I was like, I ironed up my laptop and we'd run out of fags, run out of water. We were really angry. I was like, I watched Jumanji 2 on my laptop. We didn't move. And we still got done for speeding twice. And I was like,
I mean, it wasn't while we were...
No, not that, but I'm saying, but how long we sat there, you still got caught speeding twice.
Because when we finally started moving, I was desperate to get home. Or back to go.
When we booked our hotel, didn't we?
Round, didn't we?
Yeah, we booked our hotel. We're like, well, I guess I might as well stay here now. It's 11 o'clock at night. You know, whatever.
Anyway, digress. Move on.
Yeah. Sorry.
I guess that's all the questions. I was going to ask, what's the future hold for Save Our Souls?
When's this going out?
It's probably going to go out not Wednesday, coming Wednesday after.
Can't tell you then.
What if we put it out this Wednesday?
Maybe about 2 months. No, so yeah, we can tell you without telling you. I think.
I don't know what you're thinking. What?
I'll talk about it. See what I can deal with. Yeah.
If you change your mind.
The Cornet?
No, the ART.
Oh, yes. We have that. There is, yes.
ART.
So there's a...
Business partners in the dark. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm like... No, so we're going to continue to grow because we have to, because as I said, we're poor. But we've just kind of invested in another brand we're going to relaunch it soon. Very soon. It's called All Risks Taken. So they do have a website and a page at the moment, all that sort of stuff. It's by really good friends of us who are tattoo artists, but they want to do stuff that's not tattoo art, which is quite strange, like for clothing. So it's really kind of like nice art pieces.
It is tattoo art, I guess. It's just more...
It's more thought behind it.
Yeah.
It's more... There's a little bit politically driven behind it. It's kind of stuff to make you think. So basically, they started it just before Christmas.
The designs are incredible.
Designs are incredible. They started just before Christmas. This conversation we had, they weren't sure about what to do, and then we were going to help them out and do the printing. And then the more we talked about it, it was like, why don't we just do this together?
Well, they are super talented, but then there's like, we just draw shit, man. Like, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Yeah. So it just made sense that we kind of got involved.
We do.
Yeah, what we do.
Yeah.
So
we do what we do, and you do what you do, and together we will be an almighty force.
Yeah, titans of industry. So that should hopefully be relaunching soon. And the website, I mean, if you find their website, go on and buy stuff. That's cool, but it's going to be a lot better once we do it.
It should only be a couple of weeks away from relaunching it, and kind of it's very very much separate to SOS, although it's already made in the same place.
Yeah, but it's a completely different style.
I think it's
everything.
It's definitely a different angle.
Yeah.
And you'll definitely be able to see the difference between what we're doing. Yeah. What we didn't want to do is get involved with another brand that is exactly the same.
Yeah, that offers nothing different to the market. But we do think this is going to be something. It's really unique stuff, and hopefully people will like it. And it's like the colours that are on it. They're really weird, a bit thrown out there. Like the garments we're using are completely different to what we use at the moment in terms of colours. And just the style, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
most of the designs have some kind of message, whether it be hidden or not. Certainly a lot more brighter, colourful kind of stuff.
It's awesome. But we don't know. I mean, it could be great. It might literally fall on its arse. We don't know, but that's part of the fun, right? Which is what you want to do when you've got no money.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
We've got no money, right, but we're going to invest in this.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That was fun. Our accountant just went, we need to have a chat at some point. He's like, can we just have a chat about this? We're like, it'd be a good idea though, wouldn't it? But no.
He's loving it. His bill's going up every year.
Yeah, but he's like, but you have
company, brilliant.
He went, but you have no money.
Grand.
He's like, you're paying me, but you ain't got no money. He was like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, but I will have.
Yeah, I will
one
have.
day.
Believe in me, like I believe in you. You can make this work.
Speculate to accumulate, you know.
Yeah.
Steve, tell me how much money I haven't got.
Yeah.
But no, yes, we've got that, and hopefully just continue to grow and just take over the world.
Yes, like we said earlier, with our new equipment, which is pending in the next kind of 4 to 6 weeks, I guess, it will take us to the next level. Our marketing will double, so we're really going in.
Basically, we're going to annoy the hell out of you on Facebook. You're not going to be able to move.
You won't be able to go on Facebook without
seeing our shit.
Like Grammarly.
Yeah, it's going to be everywhere.
You're the new Grammarly.
Oh, God.
Who's Grammarly?
You've never had a Grammarly ad on YouTube?
Grammarly? What's YouTube?
But the thing is, he's not joking. It's the TV on the interweb.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, right.
No, I mean, I don't know what YouTube is, but I don't know what Grammarly is.
Okay.
It's a thing that helps you spell
targeted ads.
Oh,
it's a targeted ad.
I could do with that.
I get. Every time I turn on YouTube, it goes, welcome to Grammarly. Or Monday.com.
Or Shopify ad, or Wix ad, or just, it's just the ads you always see.
Yeah. I guarantee when I go home, I'm going to look on Facebook and there'll be a Grammarly ad.
There will be. 100%. They're always listening. Sure. They're always listening. Always listening.
Just checking your spelling.
Yeah. I mean, your spelling.
I mean, I'm dyslexic.
You're wildly dyslexic. Yeah. And that's not you really are. Bless you. I love you. But put a spreadsheet in front of you like Rain Man. It's fantastic.
I know my way around a spreadsheet.
Yeah. I mean, you give the man some numbers and he goes in a trance, but I mean, ask him to spell coffee and it just ends up in all kinds of problems. It's really bad.
I have a Grammarly account, full.
Now I feel bad.
And I still get targeted ads. You think they'd like go...
Yeah, you'd know. Yeah.
Got the message.
That's it. Yeah.
I just signed up for it. I stopped getting the ads.
Yeah. That's like
if I pay you, will you stop fucking...
It's always like my auntie would say, I saw one of your ads and I shared it. I was like, I wish you hadn't. That cost me money and no one you know is going to buy my stuff.
Yes.
So I know you're trying to help, but do you know how much that costs me every time you do it?
You get that.
Every time I see your ads, I'm going to click on it.
Yeah. But that's fine. Because if you
I do it with our competitors. I just
your connections probably will. But my auntie Doris
that's cost a counter
in Wales, you're wildly drunk. I think this might be a time to call it a day.
I mean, I'm generally had 2 beers. I know. I'm not drunk. If I am, I'm amazed.
I know. I won't lie to you. I'm also amazed.
I think I'm high on life.
Anyway, a great time on the podcast.
I'm just excited. I'm going to remember this.
Oh no, I'm devastated. I'm going to remember this.
You might have to watch this one.
Yeah. No one needs.
Don't remember that.
No one needs to see this.
I was going to say. So, you're not thinking of opening a store or anything?
Oh.
No. Dead money.
Yeah, it's
a
mate.
terrible idea.
It's a wildly bad idea. I mean, we have talked about it. No, genuinely, like what we would do, because I think just to have a closed store, I think it's just a waste of time. I think there had to be. We think there had to be something else.
You'd have to have it in. It'd be like a tattoo parlour, stroke coffee shop, stroke clothing,
stroke barber shop. There has to be something there to bring it in. I mean, Mark's got 2 retail shops, and obviously what you do would always bring people in because people need it.
Well, that's the thing. Like what we do is too niche for a shop in like Lee Broadway or whatever. It just wouldn't sell enough. What I do in my other life is different. Like there's more of a need for it, so you can have a shop. But for us, I said, and it would really be an investment into something that we'd want to do, like a bar, like tattoo parlour or a bar, which we
I like bar.
I want a bar.
I've been thinking about buying a bar.
Well, that's the end. That I've said that the end game for me is buying a bar. A dive bar, yeah. That is the end game.
Okay, well, that's another I'll do a dive bar with you.
Yeah, that's the end game.
Another collab. There you go.
There you go. No, but he does always. I was like, that is the end game. That's what I want a dive bar then, where it's food and music and earning money. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can barbecue. You can pour drinks.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I won't work in it. Yeah, it must be mad.
Well, this has always been my issue. If I owned a bar, I would probably drink myself bankrupt.
Yes.
I imagine.
Yes.
That's definitely a thing.
But what
Because
a
you have
fun
to be
time.
the life and soul of it.
Yes.
You have to be in there going like, hi everyone.
I'm an
welcome to the
entertainer.
bar. Get him a drink. Yeah. No, I think dive bar.
And we know it don't
everyone's
take
drink.
much.
Yeah. That or buy the brush, one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like about $1 million.
That's a lot. That's a lot more money.
It will reopen.
It will reopen. It will reopen.
Back.
The amount of t-shirts we sold from they will reopen.
I can't wait.
I must say, actually, a nod to the boys at the brush.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, growing up, really, everyone knows where the brush is, and everyone knows who works there and who owns it or whatever else. Never had any idea how much clout that brand has. It's insane.
Their t-shirts have gone literally all over the world, and we're like, what is going on?
When we done it for them, we were like, we were speaking to Stu Whiffen and Charlie. And we were like, let's sell a couple in the first week.
Yeah.
It fucking went off.
Yeah.
Man, all over the world.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Everyone I talked to about the pink toothbrush, I used to tour, and I would mention the pink toothbrush, and people would know what you were talking about.
The amount of bands that have played there it's a list of long and dry. It's amazing, man. It's just so crazy. But
my dad used to book bands there when it was Crocs.
Yeah,
which is like
we just released their Crocs t-shirts.
Okay.
Because they said they needed we had to redraw the original Crocs logo, which is not like one that exists. We had to get the font made and all that sort of stuff. And we put them on the other day, and that just went mental. It just says Crocs. It looks like you're advertising crap shoes. Yeah. But if everyone knows what it is.
Threaten my nieces with Crocs. If you
Yeah.
carry on, I'm getting you Crocs.
Yeah. But if anyone who knows what it is, they're like, oh, I need that. And it was really quite difficult to recreate the font actually, but it's gone down quite well.
Yeah. Well, again, it's I mean, obviously Crocs was before our time. My mum used to go.
Way
my
before.
mum used to go there.
When Charlie was telling me, I was like, what are you saying?
But you still know about it, right?
You knew what he was.
Yeah, you knew what he was.
I'll get my dad that for Christmas. All his birthdays first. I'll get him that.
You won't get a discount, you can.
No, I don't want full price to pay for that, Dad. And they came on the podcast.
Just give him one of them.
You can write Crocs on it.
Yeah.
So
Magic marker.
They do a Crocs one as well.
Yeah. No, but so that's been a really good collaboration. But that was more just like they are pals, and the club, they could have reopened, but they didn't want to because it wouldn't have been how to brush
table service at a brush.
Table service. They went nah. So they literally
He sticks to the floor anyway. But
yeah. But they will be reopening soon, and they wanted something just to keep some money coming in.
Well, that's it. Jazz looked after everyone. Everyone was getting paid full pay. Yeah. So this was just helping him. Like anything he got from it just helped him pay the bills, I guess.
And it's been a little bit good because a lot of their customers were either already our customers or they then became our customers because it mirrored what we were, you know. So
it's crazy how
it's been a great experience.
At first, people were just buying brush, and then all of a sudden, you see people buying brush t-shirts and our designs, and now we're still selling them now, and I'm pretty sure people have our old customers are buying it, maybe because I just like the design. I don't know. Or they might have even heard about it.
No, a couple of people because we get to know sort of customers. And they live up north, and I was like, and they went, I just thought it was a good design. I was like, no, it's like one of the most famous clubs in the UK, like definitely in Essex as well. Do you know what I mean? I was like, they were like, I just thought it was nice. I was like, that's cool.
Friday and Saturday nights for 10 years.
Yeah, mate. Many a wild night throwing up violently outside.
Wow. You're getting head kicked in by a bouncer.
I've never had me kicked in the. Brush.
Get through the doors between the toilets and the bar, getting out of them, throwing at them, and then going, we kicked in as well.
And it's always a mission to get home there, innit? It's obviously living around here. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Well, when we
25 plus.
yeah.
quid.
Oh, mate.
lived in
More if your mate
Shrewsbury.
throws up.
Yeah.
Yeah, lived in Shrewsbury back then.
Yeah.
In the day.
We
Shrewsbury
used to have to get back
is
to Great Wakering.
Oh, mate.
Wakering?
Yeah.
That's like the end of the earth.
I would have.
It's middle.
They should have just camped. It would have been easier.
Yeah.
I'd always try and find somewhere to stay, but sometimes it'd be like, I spent more on the way home than I did on the night.
Yeah. It's like 50 quid there and back. When you're 18, 19, that's everything. So I mean, so it's, yeah.
I've walked before, and then the bus came.
Yeah.
I was like, it took so long.
The milk float went along. You're like, what time is it? Chocolate milk.
Arguing with what's his name, Daryl's. Why don't you do chips? Don't do chips.
yeah.
It says chips.
Yeah.
Don't do chips. It says chips. Don't do
Don't
chips.
do him.
But they will reopen. They're reopening. Guarantee you.
Daryl doesn't know. Daryl's never coming back.
That was
Daryl's
never.
never
That
coming
was,
back. Good riddance to
Yeah.
bad rubbish.
Yeah.
no chips.
To be
Cook
fair,
at
that
you.
man could flip a burger.
You could flip a
That man
burger.
could flip a burger.
Good bowl chips though. Bowl.
No.
Fried.
Yeah. Boiled chips.
They want
Boiled chips.
Yeah. And nor should ya, kids. Nor should ya.
I want some boiled chips, please. And that's why he never made chips, because he only liked boiled.
Yeah.
I'll have some fried salad with that, please. Oh, dear.
Yeah, that'd be
Anyway.
an exciting time for the brush to come back, even though it's only been gone for like a year and a bit.
Ways.
Yeah.
Ways.
Far too long.
That's it. Right. Anything else, chat?
We'll wrap it up. But listen, thanks for coming on.
Thank
Been a
you.
pleasure. Been
Yeah,
really
cheers,
good.
guys.
I'm going to take him out and give him some fresh air.
I've had a great time. not gonna lie. On the way here, I felt like I was going to throw up. Now I feel fantastic.
Now I feel like
Coors Light, rehydrated with the wateriest beer.
Yeah.
But I can drink Coors Light all night and not feel shit.
It's refreshing. Well, it's definitely. I think it's just a bit of hair of the dog made me feel better. That's what it was. Now I'm going to go home and get wildly smashed.
And watch RoboCop.
Watch RoboCop.
What's RoboCop? Oh, dear. Well, it has been great, though, lads.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Do you
it.
want to? I mean, people are going to know who you are, but do you want to say Instagrams and stuff? Or
I can't even remember what they are. I think it's SOS Clothing UK is across Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But our Twitter's crap. Don't go on it. Don't
go on Twitter?
Nah.
No one goes on Twitter.
No, who goes on Twitter?
No.
50-year-olds or 7-year-olds go on Twitter. And neither are demographic.
Yeah.
Terrible. But Instagram and Facebook, SOS Clothing UK, I believe.
Yeah. Check
Yes.
out our website. Save Our Souls Clothes. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. This is every time.
Oh, I
we
do it every time.
SOS Clothing.
SOSclothing.co.uk.
Maybe just put
SOS Clothing.
maybe put that in
It'll all be in the description.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
And listen to the podcast if you want. Misery Loves Company.
Misery Loves
Yeah,
Company.
which is terrible.
Yes.
But yeah,
It's awful. So awful.
it's basically this but without video.
Yeah.
So you can imagine it's terrible.
This is basically this, but me just
Even drunker.
totally fucked.
Yeah.
brilliant. We've
You should
learned
come
a
on our
lot.
podcast. It's
We
fun.
will. We'll get wildly drunk.
Yes.
So that was it. That was the episode. Save Our Souls Clothing. It was really interesting, and I definitely learned something. Did you learn something?
I learned something, definitely. Check out all their social media, but most importantly, check out our social media, and we'll see you next time.
At Hellfire Creative. Hellfirecreative.com. Thanks for listening.